Today I want to talk about the idea of a critical error and what is a critical error. So my view on it is that you can get a lot of things wrong. You can make a lot of mistakes and there's no reason to worry about making mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. My formula about mistakes is you're a smart person, otherwise you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. You know what you're doing, so 90% of the time you will be right. 10% of the time you're going to be wrong. And of the 10% of the time you're wrong, you'll be smart enough to fix half of it, and the other half you're just going to get wrong. So just move ahead and make decisions and decide. Decide. That's one of the key jobs of an entrepreneur. But what is a critical error? My point is that there are some things that you simply can't get wrong. And you have to really try to understand what are the elements of my business that are absolutely crucial. And so an example of a critical error is, or the definition in my view of a critical error is something which if you make that one error, everything else that you do will not work. So to be very clear about what I mean, imagine you're selling a product and you're planning to sell the product. The product is going to cost 100 euros and you're going to have to sell tens of thousands of these. So what do? You go out and you find a distributor, or you plan to find a distributor, and you say, I'm going to give the distributor a discount of 40%, which means that 100 minus 40 is 60, so my revenue is going to be 60. I'm going to get 60 for every one I sell. Now, if you've done your business plan properly, and you have all the things right in your business plan, you've researched everything, and you find out that all included for that product as its own profit center, your cost is only 50. So 60 minus 50 leaves you with 10. 10 out of the 60 that you get is a 16% margin, 16% profit margin. What a great business, wonderful, aren't you happy? Now, imagine you go out and you print everything, or you create all of these products, you hire people and everything, and now you get out in the market and you find out that the reality is that there's not a single distributor in the entire market that would even consider buying your product for less than a 60% discount. So now you have 100 minus 60 leaves you with 40. You got all the other costs right. They cost 50, and 40 minus 50 leaves you with minus 10. And minus 10 out of the 40 that you have is a minus 25%. And hey, you know what? You're out of business and there's nothing you can do about it. And so how do you avoid critical errors? And this is the major point here, is do a reality check. Go find out in the market whether what your key assumptions are, whether or not they're really correct. Get on the phone. If your competition's in the United States, call them up and ask them. Get on the phone, talk to people, go out into the market, find out whether or not the key assumptions in your business plan are definitely correct before you start.